Activity 2.8 Reading. Read these two chapters which considered groups within the organizations. Mullins 2010 Chapter 8 The Nature of Work, Groups and Teams. Mullins 2010 Chapter 9 Working in Groups and Teams. It is important that you spend some time reading Chapter 8. Do not spend so long in Chapter 9. The synopsis at the end of chapter summarizes the content well, so make sure you read that carefully. Another source is Body 2008 Chapter 17 Themes. The disciplines of psychology, anthropology, and psychology also contribute to our understanding of groups processes because each is concerned with the interactions of people. But on different levels, the aim of this reading is to show you in a general way only the importance of understanding human behavior. Both at the social and psychological level, it is not necessary for you to go through this chapter in great details, but try to identify how the general approaches of psychology and psychology can be linked to and are useful for your understanding of business organization. This task should not take longer than an hour of study time. 2.5 Economic approaches to organizations. Economic theory is concerned with understanding the mechanism for the allocation of limited resources to achieve unlimited ones. In a free market, the price system is the mechanism for allocating resources between competing wants. Thus, markets allow the interaction of producer and consumers. One of the key elements in business economics is the focus on those activities of the business that are related to profit maximization. This assumes that the overall mission of the organization is ultimately to create as much profit as possible. For as long as possible, this would therefore be the guiding principle for all decisions made by managers at all levels of the organization. Within the traditional approach of economics, only a simple model of the business organization is used to facilitate the theory and employed by economists. However, there has been interest in how economic theory and organization theory together can contribute to understanding business organization and to providing an economic analysis of organizational phenomena in more depth. Doma and Schroeder 2002 offer such a contribution, stating that economic approaches to organization are fruitful whenever the problem to be studied has an economic aspect, that it is to say, whenever part of the problem deals with the optimal allocation of scarce resources. 2002, page 2 to 4. Can you relate the relevance of the economic approach to our definition of management? Think for a few minutes and then read on. The aim of management is to achieve goals through the coordination of available resources. Some of the resources we have already discussed in previous chapter include the financial and human ones, and these can be scarce. For example, how likely do you think it would be that a manager would have an unlimited budget or an unlimited supply of employees? Therefore, economic approaches to our organizations could help manager make decision about the most efficient of optimal distribution of staff or the most effective division of available funds. Doma and Schroeder 2002 offer 5 economic approaches to organizations which they note are closely related. Economic approaches to organizations. Number 1, behavior theory. This is the organization as made up of different participants who each have their own interests. This is a stakeholder approach and it's expanded below. Number 2, agency theory. This is approach centers on the idea of the decision-making process being delegated to an agent while the principal or manager is only able to partially to observe the agent. Number 3, transaction cost economics. This perspectives sees transactional costs together with production costs as being the main factor that determines organizational forms. Number 4, economic approaches to strategic management. An example of this is game theory, discussed in Chapter 3. Mention must also be made of evolutionary approaches to organizations. This overlap with economic approaches. Number 5. Evolutionary approaches expand on the idea that business existence is an example of survival of the fittest as in biology. Thus, economic and evolutionary approaches can be seen as relevant. An attempt to coordinate this with organizational theory had made economics more useful. An example is stakeholder theory, considered in the next section. The stakeholder model of the firm. This final section does not relate to a specific discipline but considered a particular way of viewing the business organization. It is a model which represents the business organization as consisting of a number of interconnected groups. All these groups have a stake or a claim in the business and are referred to as stakeholders. Any individuals or group that may affect or be affected by the organization policies or actions. Add this definition to your glossary together with the definition given by Mullins. Identifying stakeholders. Activity 2.9. Before reading on, think about the concept of stakeholder and who these stakeholders may be. Consider the example of an organization you know or belong to. Number 1, who holds a stake in this example organization? Number 2, who is affected by what the organization does? Number 3, who has an impact on what the organization does? Number 4, are you a stakeholder in that organization? And if so, what stake do you hold? A useful approach for understanding the different types of stakeholder that make up the organization is provided by Carroll 1993-62, where a distinction is made between primary secondary stakeholders. Primary stakeholders include all those directly involved on a permanent business basis with the organizations, for example, employees, managers, and shareholders. Secondary stakeholders are more wide-ranging because they do not have a constant involving or this is not as strong. They often change as well. For example, consumer, the community, temporary employees, occasional suppliers, competitors, and the government. With regard to the primary and secondary categories, both of these involve stakeholders who are internal and external to the organization. One contribution to this view of the organization was made by economic approach of behavior theory mentioned by Doma and Schroeder, 2002. Within this view, each participant or stakeholder is seen to be receiving inducement from the organization. For example, in this case of employees, this would be their payment. In return of the inducement, the participant makes a contribution. However, this view has significant implication for decision making, as each participant or participant group is seen to have their own objectives, and so bargaining is needed to arrive at the decision or goal that satisfy the different objectives to the greatest extent. This is a relate to the idea of satisfying facing introduced in chapter 4. It also addresses one of the main problems of economic approaches to the focus on one goal such as profit maximizations. Instead, stakeholder theory views the organization as a coalition of participants. Thus, it is easier to argue that the organization has more than one objectives. Different groups have their own, including those external to the organizations that can put pressure or businesses to behave in a certain way. Figure 2.1 Stakeholder Groups. It should be noted that Figure 2.1 shows stakeholder groups that could be divided again depending on the individual business. For example, employees could be divided into temporary and permanent. Each group will also have different amount of power or involvement in the organization. This will be discussed in more details in chapter 10 of the subject guide in context of social responsibility. Furthermore, the term stakeholder can be used to represent the natural environment which may also be affected by the operation of the business. This concludes our consideration of one of the disciplines that inform and are informed by business and management. Keep in mind the overlap between this contribution. Comparisons between different views of a firm are a useful tool for evaluation. As we are focusing on business in the business environment in this section of the course, the stakeholders' approach in the particulars can help us to understand the complexity of the organization context. The stakeholder model of the firm provides us framework for analyzing the ways that different groups are affected by or contribute to the behavior of a business. It was been developed further by attempts to understand the different groups to which the organization has responsibility, and this will be examined in Chapter 10. The stakeholder model can help us to assess both internal and external factors that affect the management of business organization, and so this model will be useful in the remaining chapter of this section of the course as we investigate the business environment in more detail. Chapter Review. Key points. The study of business and management is not a subject where clearly defined boundaries. It is necessary and helpful to appreciate the contribution that different disciplines have made to our understanding of organizational behavior and management so as to avoid simplistic explanation and definition. Psychological approaches emphasize the importance of social relations within organization. Anthropological approaches focus on understanding the culture, language, symbol, and rituals of organization by in-depth and lengthy studies. Psychology approaches emphasize the importance of individual differences and personalities for understanding employee capability, motivation, and group interaction. Economic approaches focus on the activities of the organization that result in profit maximization and the optimal allocation of resources to achieve this. Viewing the business organization as a coalition of stakeholders can help us to understand the complexity of the organization context. A reminder of your learning outcomes. Having complete this chapter and the essential readings and activities, you should be able to discuss the multidisciplinary nature of business and management studies. Identify the range of discipline that have contributed to the subject and which have influenced its development. Explain the different way in which psychology, anthropology, psychology, and economic treat business, and then link this to the study of business organization. Consider examples of how to evaluate the usefulness of the contribution made by this discipline. Identify and assess the value of the stakeholder model of business. Sample examination question. When considering this, please remember the guidance given in the introduction about examination preparation. Each question is designed to be answered fully in approximately 45 minutes under examination conditions. Number 1. Evaluate the contribution that two particular disciplines have made to your understanding of business, organization, and their management. Number 2. Explain what you understand by the term personality. B. Discuss 4 factors that might affect the development of a person's personality. C. Discuss 4 personality characteristics that you consider necessary in an entrepreneur. Justify your choice and use example to reinforce your answer. Number 3. The study of business and management can be described as multidisciplinary. Discuss. Number 4. A. Explain what is meant by the term psychological contract. B. Discuss the individual and organizational expectation in this context. Illustrate your answer with relevant examples. Advise on answering in question. To help you further with your example preparation, we offer below some suggestion for one of these answers. However, it is very important to remember that there is no model or correct answer to any of the questions. It is more important to demonstrate what you have learned by developing your own response to the question, supported by evidence from the relevant parts of the chapter. Number 3. The study of business and management can be described as multidisciplinary. Discuss. This is general question which offer the opportunity for many different kinds of response. However, all answer would need to state whether you think that it actually is multidisciplinary. The complexity of the issue is covered in the subject could be reflected on and how important these are, therefore being relevant concern for a number of disciplines. The evolution of the subject could be considered and also those who contribute to each becoming an area of study. Links could be made here to Chapter 3. The contribution that make the subject multidisciplinary will need to be identified, and this would need to include more than the four concentrate on in the chapters. Your answer could be expanded. For instance, look at the influence that one or two of this discipline have had. Illustrate your answer with example studies.